And we only have to go for an hour because I have to go to Walmart before it closes.
Walmart.
Yeah, going live.
Okay, guy.
Here we go.
Are we on Twitch now? Are we on Twitch? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're on Twitch. Oh, Frankie. It's been a while. Where have you been?
Vacation. Vacation. And after Wilson's fight, I went on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Florida. Try to find Mickey Mouse. Try to do a fighting pose with him. The son of a bitch hid from me.
Oh,
So then
you went to Disney?
I went to Disney World, yeah, for 2 days, that's all I needed of it.
Yeah.
And then I went to Universal, and that was pretty good. I was a little bummed out because I was trying to get at least a fight pose with Optimus Prime or Bumblebee. I was on the other side of the park when Bumblebee was out. I
Right.
ran to him, and the line they closed the line. I was like, no, my opportunity, and I tried to beg him. I was like, please.
Did you hear about the lady who got kicked out of the Star Wars theme park for like delaying a stormtrooper to get an extra photo with him?
Probably, man, that place is wild. We went down. I went down to the Harry Potter section,
Mm-hmm.
which those people, man,
Were there a lot of people in character
ugh,
or
ridiculous,
like cosplaying?
ridiculous. I swear they could come up with how to make potions and spells real. Just forget about it. Game
Oh,
over.
dude, I would never step foot. Mm-mm. If magic was real, everywhere where the magic users were is not where I would be. Like, I'm not getting turned into a toad or any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Which the town was pretty dope. But the town they actually spent money on that thing, man. I'll tell you what. Um, they had the castle or whatever the hell that place is called. What is it called?
Hogwarts?
Yeah, sure. I thought the Hogwarts was like the city.
No, I thought that was like the literal name of the school.
The school is there. It's a big ass fucking building, man. It's
So
huge.
they actually built like a
The whole Hogwarts. I don't know if inside is like decked out because I wasn't really. I was like I have this thing where like a lot of crowd. There's a lot of crowd. I get like very like you
yeah.
know
I don't
and
like being in a lot of crowds. Like a
nah,
big crowd. Mm-mm. It's not a
nah.
thing.
So
But anyway,
yeah, and I got really like I'm ready to fight somebody, and that's not good.
you know the crazy thing is, I found that no matter how big you are, if you're in a like a crowded space, there's people that will intentionally just like walk like into you, even if you have a little bit of space. Like they won't go around you; they'll just like right, like slide right into you, like the side of you,
I
just to get by you.
I don't have that issue. I don't know. People tend to get out of my way.
I mean,
I don't know why.
you're you're bigger than me, so
Yeah, but I'm not that bad looking, or I'm not that. I mean, I don't know. I come off a little bit. People's like, "You look mean as hell when you walk up to somebody." I'm like, I'm the nicest thing there is out there, actually.
yeah,
Until you get into my bad side or you try to mess with my kids, then that's what the story.
yeah. I draw the line at kids. Like
Yeah,
no, 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 man.
kids is a trigger.
You're about the size of my buddy Dante from like way back, and we were at a mall in Maryland, and it was crowded, and I lost sight of him, and me and my other buddy Ryan were trying to figure out where he went, and we looked down one of the shopping areas, like a long shopping area of the mall, and we saw people just parting like the Red Sea. And we're like,
Mm.
why are they splitting like that? We thought like emergency services were coming, like somebody was being brought out on a stretcher. Nope, it was our buddy Dante with his hat, baseball cap, just looking around like, why is everybody moving? It was it was hilarious. We're like,
See, it's crazy to me, man, because to me, I don't feel like I'm a big dude until people actually say, "Yo, you're a big dude," and then I kind of look at other people like, yo, that's a big dude. I still kick his ass though.
See, I'm a little different. I'm just kind of like, you may be bigger than me, but I'm gonna try to kick your ass.
Mm,
I'm gonna try it, and then I'll laugh because I'll probably like fail somehow. Like
yeah,
Dafka and Osko, like whenever I try to like go against them, like I'm gonna get squished, but I'm gonna try.
yeah.
Occasionally.
I think I got used to dealing with bigger dudes because I guess I'm a big dude. At heart, like inside, I feel like I'm small, but I'm not small. I'm not small.
Yeah. I mean,
So, Thomas, what are these topics for tonight?
so the topics for tonight,
Okay.
I'm going to give a little story from my adventure earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get your opinion on it. Now,
Okay.
we'll get to that. It's more of a question of when is the appropriate time to step in to like intervene if there's a situation that arises.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we'll get to that. The other thing is we're going to go over a list of what is it, top not top 10, but 10 reasons to switch switch gyms. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
Yes.
remember. Yes. So we're going to go over that, and then I think there was something that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's if we have time. If we have time. If not, we can do it another time. But
So let's do this. Let's go over my story, and then we'll go over your topic, and then we'll go through the lists last
okay.
if we have
Okay.
time. We'll do it that way. So here it goes. So I was at Whole Foods, and I had my sons with me, and there was a young lady at a sample stand, and nobody was paying any attention to her. So I decided to be nice. I walked up, and my plan was just to get a sample of the coffee that she was um, handing out, take a
Mm-hmm.
sip, say goodbye, and then move along about my business. But as I was drinking my sample coffee, I look up and I see a guy taking pictures of us. Now, dude had a shopping cart, and I felt like something was wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
The young lady looked like she was, and this is something that I've dealt with too. So this is why I kind of feel double bad. The young lady looked like she was probably Latino, maybe Middle Eastern, and this gentleman did not in any way seem like he was the same ethnicity. So I walked over, like, I was saying, I can't exactly remember if I asked him or if I just muttered it out generally. I was like, can I help you, sir? And then she goes, that's my dad. So I was ready to intervene in a situation that I felt like it was a threatening situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like an idiot because this guy who I thought was a creep, who may potentially have stalked this young lady or whatever, was
Mm-hmm.
actually her dad.
Mm-hmm.
So when I thought about it further,
Mm-hmm.
and if this guy had any kind of temper or if he was confrontational, that could have turned into something a bit more potentially violent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, when is it appropriate, being somebody who has some skill in a combat sport, when would the appropriate time be to intervene in a situation? Like, what's your opinion on
So,
that?
so in this situation, it's always good to look at body language. Um, I like look at eyes, look at facial expressions, stuff like that. When you have awareness. Us as martial artists and whatnot, and we kind of have to always be on the lookout, always on the lookout. I guess me personally. I when I'm out and about, yes, I'm kind of focused here, but yet once in a while I'll start like routine, like a little look around me. If I see something that's not right, I'll kind of keep an eye on it. And then if it starts getting a little bit more aggressive, then I'll intervene and be like, hey, listen. So I guess it's based off your judgment. If you think, if you feel or you think that there's something wrong, at least you're throwing out there like even if this person was their parent or whatever or boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, at least you have that care inside, like, hey, I'm just trying to see what's going on. If I have a gut feeling that there might be going something wrong. And then as the guy said, oh, as the girl said, that's my dad, then you apologize and keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I think seeing body language and facial expression, or how they're holding themselves with this person, then you can be like, hey, are you okay? Hey, do you need some help? Hey, man, it's not a bad thing. It's just, you're just being kind and aware,
Yeah.
you know.
And
So I don't think you did something bad. I don't think you should feel stupid, or self-conscious about it. I think you did the right thing in saying, hey, listen, I know you're a total stranger, but I still have that human value that most of this world is gone, you know,
yeah.
especially this younger generation. Okay, let me take that back. Maybe not the younger generation, but these the upbringing of people is, you know, not the same as our upbringing.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
there's a difference. Um,
yeah.
yeah, because it was weird because I think it was just like an initial reaction, like a quick assessment. You know,
Hmm.
my niece is 15 years old now,
Hmm.
and this young lady couldn't have been older than 17.
Right.
So I kind of just went into dad mode, and I was like, what is this dude doing? Does he have permission to take photos of you? Like me, I don't care about, but just the assessment of the optics of the situation, so to speak, was very, very like it was kind of disturbing. You got like this 50, 60 year old unidentified man taking pictures of not only me, but this, teenage girl who's between 16 and what, 18. It just it felt
Yeah,
wrong.
it didn't look right.
It didn't look right. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I do feel a little dumb, but
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but
yeah.
it's like me, man. I honestly start, like, I look at people and see if there's something going on, then I'll keep an eye on it, see what, if it escalates, or if it's, and this is how, sometimes you can catch these weirdos, like, with this whole abducting of kids lately, or whatever, that movie
Mm-hmm.
that came out. Yeah, I got people aware now. Now people are starting to look at around their surroundings, and these are the things that you need to be looking for. Not just that, but what if it's a lady that's getting assaulted, or this person's abusing this lady or something like that? Then
Right.
you can, be these are the things that you should be looking, like, start practicing body language, and reading faces and images, and feeling these things. And once you get going, once you feel those things, then you can, catch them and question them. So
Right. Yeah. So the other thing that kind of like I felt a little awkward about was the same assessment I made about this man and his daughter. I was like, oh, they don't match, right? Um, the same thing has happened between me and with me and my younger son, where,
hmm
where everyone is like, sir, what's your relation to this young man? It's like, oh,
hmm
I'm his dad. People get
right.
confused, because they think Lars is a little European boy, but
hmm
he's not. He's my kid.
hmm
So,
Yeah, those, what is it called?
uh,
Interracial
bi
relationship. Bi
biracial.
biracial,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess those people get that a lot. Like,
yeah,
you marry this dark, very, very dark Wale kind of guy, and then you got some girl that looks like a white wall,
yeah. I mean,
and the kid doesn't even look like Wale. Then we're kind of screwed here.
yeah.
Listen, but
It's just weird being on the other side of that scenario. You know.
sorry, Wale, to use you as an example, but you're the
Yeah,
darkest thing I know.
dude. Oh God. No,
But
but yeah, that was it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
they
always. Oh, and I tell, and I, and I tell my kids this too. Always see your surroundings. If you see something that's not right, or doesn't look right, or doesn't feel right, question it.
yeah,
Question it, challenge it. You know,
yeah, and
and when I mean challenge it, don't challenge yourself to see if it's true. You know,
right, yeah. Sometimes you get it right, and sometimes you get it wrong, like I did today.
yeah. But
But
I rather have that awareness than people feel it and then they just let it go, and then it's like, I knew it. I knew it. You know,
yeah.
I'd rather have that. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a mistake, versus like, I knew it.
On that note, and I think the movie you were trying to reference earlier was A Taste of Freedom. Was that the movie?
Was it that one? Is it that? I don't know.
It's
I haven't seen it.
something like that.
Yeah.
So something I found out that was interesting today, and I bring this up because me and you, I don't know if you've been there recently, but we both have taken our kids to Springfield Mall.
Yes.
Apparently, Springfield Mall is a very hot place
Oh yeah.
for abductions.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. Second.
So
Oh yeah. That's and this is why I always, and I always tell my kids to walk in front of me,
yeah.
just in case something has to pop down.
Hmm.
That's then And
Yeah.
FYI, people, if y'all try to abduct my kids, you'll be getting a couple rounds to the AOS. And then if I catch you, you don't get this fist in your face and in your ears.
And Frankie rolls deep. So it won't just be him coming
My
after
entourage is not a small entourage. Let's just say that. Let's just say a couple phone calls go a long way.
you. What happened? What you mean? Oh, I'll be right there. Just give me like 5 minutes, Yeah. But anyways, yeah,
Put you on
that's
the mute.
yeah. Anyways, that's you know, even though I do feel a little bit embarrassed about the scenario and feel a little bit like awkward about it, I would do it again. Because if the scenario,
Totally.
if it had been the case that this guy was gonna do something awful, if something had happened and I had walked away, I would feel worse. So
Yeah.
I'd rather
Hey,
feel,
Tom, just
yeah.
real quick, can you turn up the volume on your mic?
Can you hear me now?
Maybe it's on my. Yeah, it's a little more.
What about now?
Mm-hmm. Escuchimo.
And now?
Yeah, I think you did.
Is that better?
Give me a little more.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah,
We're good?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah,
So, yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, 100%. And that's the person you are, and that's sort of the person you should be. That hey, I'm aware and I care.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That actually, just real quick, and then we'll move on to the gym list thing. Oh, not the gym list thing. What you wanted to talk about. We're gonna do what you want to talk about first.
Yeah, just a little bit of it.
So I've discovered that the dad force, so to speak, runs so deep in my veins that, and this is the first time I've admitted this. When I see the kids classes, the kids that we teach at, or that I teach at Pentagon, or not Pentagon, Chantilly, when I
Mhm.
see them competing and somebody starts submitting them like with a choke or something, I get that reactionary dad uh thing. I don't know what to call it, instinct. I'm just kind of like,
This this is why I feel the same way when it comes to when I would go to jiu-jitsu tournaments and I see these
yeah,
kids. I'm like,
like,
don't get off of them.
like when our kids are submitting someone, I'm like, oh, I feel bad for him, but yes, go team. But when it's reversed,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like,
No.
I
Yeah.
can I drag you off of him? That looks no. It's like that looks painful. Dad,
Yeah.
please. You know. And then I hear like some of the parents make comments sometimes, and I'm just sitting there like smiling. And I'm like, can you not? This is what I'm not his dad, but that's my kid.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyways,
So yeah, the topic I want to talk about, it's a mixture of like confidence and so unfortunately somebody in sparring last night got knocked out, one of my students.
mhm,
And it happens. It happens. It wasn't like a feud spar, like what you see on you, like people going hard or I'm better than you. No, it was just technique and bad timing for the guy that took it. Um, which he's fine. I checked up on him. He's okay. Um, and it does, and he felt embarrassed. He's like, "Oh wow, that was embarrassing." I'm like, "Wait a minute, what? No, that shouldn't have been embarrassing. That should have been an experience now. Now, like take it as a lesson. Um, that even though you took one to the head and you went lights out, that you are still here. You are still training. You are still pushing through." Now, and I sent him this message. It's like, okay, you got knocked out. Okay, you took one to the face. Now what? Do you A, stop training, stop sparring, or stop doing any of this? Or B, you learn from this and you keep moving forward and you try to get better and you try to get stronger and you try to get smarter. So when it comes to what decisions you should make, this is where you need to step back and start realizing like, hey. And then on the receiving end of the guy that's giving the kicks, he got freaked out too. And
yeah,
the same thing goes with him. Now you knock somebody out. How do you feel? What's your next step? Do you want to keep doing this? These are the things that you need to question yourself with, because if you're going to take this lifestyle, you got to realize that injuries will come, concussions will come, being knocked out will come, being choked out will come, and broken bones. All right, I've been knocked out several times. I've been choked out several times. I've broken several bones, and I still love this. This is it's called the love. I guess the love of Muay Thai, right?
right.
So he's as a the heart of a Thai fighter is. They don't. I don't care if you kill me in there. I'm going to keep coming at you until you A, knock me out, or B, kill me.
Okay.
So yeah, these are the questions that I want people to think about when they step into that. Okay, you step into this martial arts gym. Okay, great. All right, you got invited to the fight team, or you're starting to compete more in jiu-jitsu. All right, what's your next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step?
Mhm.
Um, as well is if you're thinking that you're gonna feel like, well, I'm taking too much damage. My martial arts career won't be so. I used to think like that until one of my trainers was like, you know, his skill level is here, your skill level is here, but eventually you will be here.
Mhm.
So you kind of need to get that process out of your head and focus. And when you meant by focus, like focus on your technique, focus on your training, focus on this and stuff like that. So these are the things that I kind of want to ask people, like, what's your next step? Where is your journey through this martial arts? What do you just want to use this as a getaway from reality a little bit? From if you just want to use this as losing weight or or you just want to hang around and stuff like that? Or do you want to take this seriously? Like, I want to compete. I wanna be world champ of something. I want to be go to the Olympics with something. These are the things that you need to think about.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just want to know what people thoughts, like your thoughts. What are your thoughts about that?
So
So
I don't think the motivation to train exactly, whether you want to train or not, whatever your motivation be or whatever it is, I don't think it's
Hmm.
too much different from grappling. You
Hmm.
know, if somebody just wants to train and acquire skill and get better, getting knocked out may not be that much of a deterrent. You know, if somebody
Yeah.
wants to be a world champion, or if they want to, if their goal is to be a champion of some sort, whatever level, then getting
Hmm.
knocked out isn't going to be a big thing. You
Hmm.
know, just like anything else, you know, if they get knocked out and they realize this isn't for me, then they'll probably tone it back, or
Hmm.
they'll quit. And that is the way life is. You, in my opinion, you can always tell the true measure of somebody when things get to the absolute worst point. You know, he got knocked out. All right. Like, he has to make a choice. Does he want to do it? Does he want to continue training to become a champion, get in the ring? If he does, that's something he's gonna have to get used to, you know. But if his conviction isn't that great, you know, he probably won't come back. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about our boy specifically. I'm talking in general
Yeah.
terms.
Just in general,
But
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, and and that was that, and that was always my thing when I was coming up in, in the Muay Thai world. Like, man, I'm in pain. This hurts. This sucks. This hurts. This hurts. I complained every single little injury I had, even the eyelashes that came off my eyelids. I would complain about that.
mhm,
But guess what? I kept coming and I kept coming and I kept coming and I kept coming. I kept showing up. Kept showing up. I trained a whole year with messed up shins.
yeah,
But I mean, I guess it's the mentality of that person. Like,
yeah. You know, if you have somebody who's, I tell everybody this: if you're gonna do any kind of martial art, combat sport, whatever, you have to be okay with failing. And
yes,
being knocked out is
yes,
one of those points that can be considered a failure, depending on your perspective. I don't
yeah,
I saw that what happened. I interpreted that as more of an accident.
yeah.
You
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was not malicious. It was
right.
not. It's just it's training.
But there are other people that, you know, intentional or not, training or not, would view getting knocked out as a failure. So if you're not okay with failing, then you know that you're going to be at a crossroads. Do you continue or you
Yeah,
don't? You know,
yeah,
and just
yeah.
like, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, just like in jujitsu, you know, you could get choked out trying to escape a choke. You could get choked out during
Hmm.
a demonstration.
Hmm.
You know,
It's happened. It's
it,
happened. It happened.
it's happened to
I've seen it
me.
happen. It's happened
And
several times. I've seen it
yeah,
right in front of me. Go ahead.
and you know, most guys who actually enjoy jujitsu or any kind of submission grappling, they're going to be okay with that.
Yeah,
You know, they're going to get up, brush off, make sure they're good, and they're going to continue. But if it's somebody who, you know, gets pissed at the idea of failure, and if they
hmm,
interpret getting choked out as a failure, you know, they may not stick around. They may switch gyms. They may, you know, go from no gi to gi. It depends, you know.
yeah.
So
And that's what I was telling myself earlier too. I was like, we need to start showing that we need to be uncomfortable. We need to be comfortable with failing. We need
yeah,
to be comfortable with taking a loss. That
yeah,
is never always going to be a good day. That is never always going to be you're going to be the world champ or whatever. It's how you learn from it and bounce back.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my first 6 months was straight pain. Like my body was in pain, couldn't breathe because I was asthmatic. I couldn't move because for my frame, I was just way too heavy. But there were times where, and I was so out of shape, I couldn't get through the warm up. But I pushed him, pushed him, pushed
Hmm.
him.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was not fun at all. And honestly, I think most people probably would not have continued, but I wanted to do this. And I wanted to do jujitsu.
Remind me to send you a video later on.
Sure.
It's
But
called, and I think you've seen it. It's called the Muay Thai is Pain.
I have not, I don't think I've seen it. No.
It's on YouTube. If you guys have a chance out there, go look at that. It's called Muay Thai is Pain.
Hold on,
Uh,
you got me curious now.
oh, it's such a good. It's like a mini clip.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
But
Pull up
anyway,
on the screen. The pull on the screen. I just want to make sure it's the right one, so people, as far as viewers, can see which one we got. We want to look at.
Muay Thai is pain. Oh Lord. Hold on. All right, we're gonna do this. Yeah. Come on. There it is. This one. That's it?
Uh, yeah, that's the one. So yeah, if you can, you guys should watch it. Um, very good, very good, very good, very good. Um, yeah, Muay Thai is Spain. Yeah, so it's very good. And you know, even in I think even in other martial arts, this applies to as well. But
Well,
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
even in jujitsu though, like there's some like arm bars hurt, even though you tap when it starts to hurt, but your elbow,
yeah.
it's got
You're
to be
being thrown. You're being thrown and slammed to the ground, man.
slammed.
It's just. But
Yeah.
you if you look at this, you'll have a more of a, I think you have more of appreciation of one martial arts, two Muay Thai, three in your coach. You know, so
Oh, is he eating those kicks with just with his?
so yeah, that's Thai sparring. It's very light. It's good. It's a how can I say? It's full technique, but not no power. Pretty
Oh,
much
okay.
like yeah.
I got you.
So yeah. All right, let's go back to our topics here, Tom. But yeah, when you can watch that, Tom, this is really good.
Give me a second. Okay, I'll take a look at that later. But yeah,
So for the viewers out there, take a look at that. It's you probably have to read the subtitles because the guy that's speaking, he's speaking in English, but it's very like thick Thai accent.
like broken.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Let's hit up those questions, man. I kind of want to attack those a little bit.
the questions. Oh,
Or
the
yeah, not the
list. Yeah.
questions, but the list.
All right, so I'm gonna put this in chat so everybody can follow along. I don't want to share it. Do you want me to share it as well on
Yeah,
screen? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wanna
Do that.
people? I think people like the share screen thing. See what we're looking at.
All right. So this is 10 reasons to change your MMA gym or BJJ academy to another. Let's see. Honestly, I haven't read over these very much. So,
It's the
um,
red ones right there.
oh, gotcha. Number one, the gym doesn't align with your goals. I mean, that's a legit grievance. You know,
So I kind of disagree on that one because the gym is there. It's just the gym.
right.
You're the only person that can control your goals, not the gym. The gym is not there. Yes, it's there for you, but not there for your achievements. You are responsible for your own achievements. So let's say I want to become a black belt in 8 years,
Oops.
right?
Right.
It is your responsibility to get there. Yes, your trainer will get you there, And if you have like a good timeline and you have a good connection with your coach, we will get you there. But the gym doesn't apply to your goals, that's not the gym's responsibility. That is your responsibility.
All right, I'll agree with you. I interpreted this point to be slightly different, though.
Mm,
So, from your interpretation, yes, I agree. I thought of it of more along the lines of if somebody wanted to compete at a level that the current gym that they're in doesn't cater to. Do you see what I
mm,
mean?
okay, yeah, yeah. Well, that's something that you should have done in the background check. Like,
Right.
what are their credibilities? That's why we display these trophies, and Masasugi has his Olympic patch there, and a bunch of belts and stuff like that, because those are our credibility. Those are our creds.
Right. Yeah. Because
All right,
anyways,
number two.
number two,
Moving on.
your coaches focus more on money than on their students. Yeah, that's a good buy right there. Like,
That's a really good buy.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I have seen several gyms like that. I'm not mentioning any names because we don't want to step on any toes.
yeah, I don't either.
But I have seen people quit because instead of being a martial arts gym where you're teaching the arts, you're more focused about, oh, I'm trying to make $1 million this year. And then you're so focused on the $1 million that you kind of stop forgetting about the people that are there that are going to take you to the $1 million. But unfortunately, you know, called money hungry, I guess.
Yeah,
Right. So you're one that's not a good trainer or a coach or whatever. It's more of you know, if you believe in your martial arts, if you believe in your gym, and if you believe on your product that you're showing people, people will come.
yeah. I don't know if this is
If
true or not, but a buddy of mine at work said he trained at a gym for 6 months and none of the instructors knew his name. And
yeah,
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 you know that
that,
that
that's
go
yeah, that's
ahead.
bad. That's
Yeah,
bad. That's bad.
and that would be a huge signal that they're probably paying
Okay,
more attention to the subscription than the people. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I have a confession that I have a hard time not learning people's name, but I think that's like a learning curve for me because I have dyslexia. So I kind of don't really remember people's names and yada yada yada. So
Well, if there's an entire staff at a gym and none
yeah,
of
our gym have an entire staff. We only have
like what
five.
4 or 5 instructors, but
Yeah.
one of us is gonna know one of us is gonna remember
Yes.
someone's name within 6 months.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, 6 months. You give me 6 months, I'll remember everybody's name, but not
Yeah.
not everybody. Yeah, yeah.
But
So,
yeah, for someone to go into a gym and none of the staff remember his name after that length of time, that's a red flag.
yeah.
But then again, like I
Re-
said, I don't know if
So
that's true.
for the people that own martial arts gym, please focus more on the kid on their students than the money because the money will come. And I get it.
Hmm.
Probably have family that you need to feed, and it's very a gray area. But if you're gonna keep these students and keep this rent, money coming in, you don't want people leaving. So that's one, that's money lost, and two, that's a student loss.
It's true.
So, all right,
Uh,
next topic, next question.
you don't feel satisfied.
So this one goes back to that it's your responsibility, right?
Hmm.
There's prime example on at my gym, and I tell my students this: if I tell you to do let's say 50 burpees, and you give me 25, one, you're cheating yourself.
Right.
too. You're not cheating me. You're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself because you're choosing not to do that to yourself,
Hmm.
right? You want to look for the easy way out, or you just want to get some kind. So if you don't feel satisfied, is it really the gym's fault or is it your fault?
That
Because you want to half-ass things, or you don't want to push yourself through these things, or you don't want to do what coach. And I get it. There's sometimes that you just can't do the 50 burp, right?
right. I
And there's
also
some students that will do them, and I call time, and then after class they'll go ahead and finish their other 50 burp. Go either because they don't want to cheat themselves.
right. I also tend to feel that this could be also a case of not talking to your coaches.
Hmm.
If you're not satisfied that you haven't been winning competitions, or if you're not satisfied that you've progressed to a point where you'd like to be, and you don't say anything, and that causes some sort of dissatisfaction,
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
that's not necessarily the staff at the gym's fault or your coach's fault.
Yeah.
So
The relationship that you need to have with your coach is very, very deep. I've had conversations with one of my old training partners back in the day. She would say, the relationship that I have with crew and me is just very, very different than everybody. And it's true. It's true. Me
right.
and Wilson there's a love hate relationship with me and Wilson. There's a love hate relationship, and I love the kid for that. I mean, yes, he gives me some gray hairs, or makes me go bald, or stresses me out, or doesn't listen to me. But at the end of the day, he knows I care, and he knows I'm listening, and he knows I'm gonna be there regardless of how much of a headache this boy gives me.
Yeah.
It's just the relationship that we have.
So
So
let me let's pause this list for a second. I gotta tell you what Wilson did Friday. So
well said.
Wilson calls me a bully, right?
Yeah,
But
that's no wait, that's number what? Number 8, 9?
is it
But go ahead. Go
bullying
ahead.
by senior students? Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyways, so I was showing them some arm crunches, like just a different variation of attacking the arm. And the position that I was showing them how to do the arm crunch from, he asked me, are there any other submissions you can do from there? So I was like, oh yeah, there's multiple different ones. So I start showing them examples, and some I didn't quite demonstrate, but I just told them verbally, yeah, this is possible from here. So I told Wilson a couple weeks ago that there's I don't show the guys on Friday everything, because
Hmm.
I still need some surprises up my sleeve for
And this is what I was telling Jan the other time. She goes, "That's messed up that you're not teaching." No, it's like, no, 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 no. I
yeah,
gotta have a little couple of things behind my pocket.
yeah, I gotta have my little black book that's got all
That's
the
it.
techniques that I'm not showing you. So
Yes.
I can occasionally pull them out and choke you. But anyways, so Wilson caught me. He was like, "Oh, can you do a triangle from there?" And me not thinking, and me being in instructor mode, I was like, "Oh yeah, you could do a triangle this way." And by the way, this is one of my favorite triangles. But I had never done that setup on Wilson yet while we were rolling.
Mm.
So he's like, he just grinned. I'm like, "Oh, geez." He caught me lapsing, and I just showed him one of my secret techniques. And he was just smiling. And he was like, clapping and laughing at me. Everyone else is looking at him like, what just happened? And he
Hmm.
explained it. And yeah. So, anyways, it was funnier in my head. But he tricked me into showing him one of my favorite moves. Because, I was
He
just
tries
like,
to. He tests me, and I'm like, Wilson, I'm gonna get you. He tried it one time. He tried it. I made him tap. I was like, not my first rodeo, sir.
mm-hmm,
All
to get him back
right,
while
next.
yeah.
What's that?
Anyways, I was going to say, just to get him back, that while we were rolling after that portion of class, I hit him with a submission that I don't think he had ever considered as possible.
Mm.
It was like Master Sugi used to teach it. It's like a leg scissor around the throat.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
talking about? Yeah. I hit Wilson with that, and he was like, "What was that?" It's like, I'm not telling you. Anyways, number 4, students get special treatment. So I like to
That's
pick
a
on,
gray area.
yeah. I mean, what do you mean by special treatment? Because I like to playfully pick on specific students at our gym,
Hmm.
and some would consider that special treatment, but maybe if they mean,
So
go ahead.
yeah, so I think I have moments where like, and I told my fight team this is like, listen, guys, it's not that I'm like when we're in fight camp, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's not that I'm treating, trying to favoritism the fighter, but this is his time because he needs the training to become the better fighter. So my focus will go to the fighter that's on that fight camp. So
Yeah, and I mean
yeah, and that is the special
that's special
privilege that I
treatment,
give them. Yeah, that's the
right?
special treatment that I give him because this guy is about to go in there and probably die.
Um, no, yeah. I mean, it just depends on which way the special treatment goes and is interpreted.
Yeah.
Because
Now, if it's sexual or romantic like, then that's
that's the
okay.
next point. That's the
Yeah.
next line. That's the next item. But
Oh, it is. Next.
yeah. All right. Anyways, next one. Your coach is repeatedly dating his students. Um,
Yes. So I've seen this happen before, and it ends very, very bad. Very, very bad. Because if you're not gonna marry that person, or B, not gonna be with that person long term, then that kind of interferes with business as well. And
yeah.
then that person could leave. Nowadays, people leave bad reviews or will say stuff. There's a gym. The guy was talking to all these bunch of females and sending inappropriate messages on to personally, and it's like, wait a minute, you're the image of this gym. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, luckily, I'm old, bald, and somewhat fat, so I don't have to worry about any
Yeah.
of this stuff.
Yeah, I did. Our gym is mostly like we're not here for dating. We're
Yeah.
here to kick ass.
It's like,
Now, if students go ahead and fall in love, well,
yeah, whatever.
so be it.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I have seen that go bad though.
yeah. Oh, even staff with staff, I think that's okay.
Eh,
Don't let it interfere. Don't let it interfere with martial arts or business. You're good.
yeah.
Unless you both like jujitsu or both like Muay Thai.
I think it works better if one works on, like in the case of a jujitsu, like an MMA gym where they have grappling and striking.
Hmm.
If one of the parties is in one end of the gym and the other's in the other, I think that works a bit better. But
Yeah.
I don't know. This for me, this just the way I'm working it out in my head, because that way you don't have a couple teaching and then if they get into a squabble, they don't like cause issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
that's
in a martial arts gym, it should just be martial arts and business. That's it.
yeah,
Anything else after that, it should be outside of the gym. And whatever happens outside of the gym should stay
out
on the
there.
outside of the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ideal.
All right. Yeah. I fall under that category, but that's a whole different topic. That's
Yeah.
personal. But anyways, moving on.
Anyways, hygiene and cleanliness isn't good enough. Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker. Yeah, you don't want to get staph or ringworms and stuff like that. In our gym, we're pretty good when we tell people, and our students are pretty good with that. Like, hey, coach, they'll text me like, hey, coach, I'm not feeling well. My stomach hurt. Stay home. Hey, I
Right.
got this skin thing. Stay home. Hey, I got this whatever. Go look at it. Stay home.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
And the folks at our gym seem to be really honest about it too. Hey, can you look at this thing on my leg? What is it? Should I go home? It's like, yeah,
yeah,
dude. You should also go see a doctor because that looks
yeah.
terrible.
But Sugi does do a really good job cleaning that gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all help out with that as
Yeah, when he was away, I think we did pretty good.
well. Hmm.
You know.
Anyways,
Moving on.
instructor worship is for cults and not martial arts. I would agree with that. Well,
All right, you go.
I mean, if you're
So yeah,
if you're
go ahead. Go ahead.
so again, it depends on what you define as instructor worship. Sugi's my friend, very good friend of mine. Some people consider that, you know, worship, like hero worship or instructor worship or whatever, but it's really not what it is. I would consider instructor worship being like blindly following someone even as negative things are occurring around you. Oh, it's not
Mm.
professor's fault that X, Y, and Z happened, even though it was his fault. It's
Yes, 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 yes,
even though this
yes,
controversy keeps popping up, it's not his fault. It's everyone else. You know,
yes.
and
Yeah, I know a coach like that, but we're keeping names out of this. But yeah, I kind of yeah, that's not a good point.
I know a
Yeah.
Kemp. Not is it was it Kempo? This was back in like 94, 95 in Maryland.
Mhm.
I think it was a Kempo coach who was like that.
Mm.
I saw a commercial with him where his uniform looked like Show Nuff from Barry Gordy's Last Dragon.
Mm.
Like,
So yeah, like okay, so going back a little bit, like to me, Matsugi is one of my I call him master, right? Because
yeah,
he's a black belt. He's a high there and at that level and he's shown me a lot of things and I gotta give it up to him for showing me these things because honestly he couldn't if he didn't want to he couldn't show me this thing. Like Master Chun, I call him Master Chun even though he hates it, but I call him that because he's my master and these are the people. It's not that I want to I'm culting them, is that the respect,
yep,
the respect. When I tell my students to address me, I'm not a crew, I'm not a master, I'm just Coach Frankie. And I want my students to show respect as well. Like when they say, "Hey, Coach Frankie," I say, "Yes, sir."
mm-hmm.
You know, and when I call your name, I want you to say yes, sir, or no, ma'am. You know,
Right.
show respect. But Colt, maybe my fight team was a little Colt, I guess.
No, you guys are nothing. From the behavior I've observed now, you know, maybe if they walked around with like, Frankie t-shirts on and all got the same haircut and all grew beards, like, yeah, that might be a little cultish, but no,
That'd be weird.
that would be weird, but that's cult-like behavior, conformity. Um, the leader can do no fault.
Mm-hmm.
Your group can do no fault. Like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
All right, next.
bullying by senior students. Okay, so
Thomas. Hands
I
down. Thomas.
I playfully bully a few people like Wilson, Ink, um, Angie,
Me.
you like I'm
Wale.
Wale. Yeah, I mean,
Jordan. Me.
there's nothing wrong when you're rolling with someone and a good song that comes on for you to sing along while you're choking them or attempting to. There's nothing wrong with that. It's
Like
it's not
Queen.
like Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. It it's just having fun. It's not like saying, "Ha, you suck" or anything like that, because that's not the case. It's just me having fun. It's not trolling or bullying whatsoever. Or is it? Is it? Am I the bad guy
No.
here? No.
Yes.
Yes.
But on a serious note, yes, there shouldn't be no bullying because that's what we try to teach, not to bully. But we're more of the big brothers thing when we kind of pick on the younger guys, just here and there sometimes.
I
I do it to
mean,
Wilson.
that's also kind of a family tradition for me, picking on the
Yeah,
younger guys. But it's
yeah.
never mean, it's never malicious, and it's never harmful.
No, No, it's all fun.
So it's all fun.
But real serious bullying, no, don't do that. Like, oh, I'm gonna go beat up on that kid because I can't. That's a no no.
Yeah, I would take heavy umbrage for that, especially if it's one of the kids, like in the kids
Oh
class.
yeah, yeah. The kids, that's where it happens the most is the kids class where the bigger kid or the most skilled kid is trying to beat up on, and then it's you're like, look, calm down. We're not doing that here.
It's like sit down, or yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, too many injuries.
That is lack of communication with your partner or your coaches. If I tell you, Thomas, my ankle is messed up, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna avoid your ankle.
Exactly. If I say, Thomas, my shoulder has been hurting a lot, can you ease up on it a little bit? You're gonna stay away from it. If you don't say nothing, and I'm like, hey, my ankle's messed up mentally, and then you go for if you're like a mitt that goes for a leg lock, the foot. You can't get mad at that if you're not communicating your injury. And I tell
Yeah,
my students is like, hey, if something hurts, tell your partner
yeah.
so they can avoid that.
Um, most of my injuries, uh, I would say actually all of them except for one was purely accidental. My lumbar spine injury, I'm pretty sure was intentional, but that didn't happen at the gym. That happened during competition.
Oh,
But
I remember that. Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a lack of communication, and sometimes it's a lack of focus. Like a lot
Mhm.
of my injuries were when I was practicing a technique or drilling a technique and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Or
paying
you
attention.
get bullheaded, or you get like bullheaded, and then you get angry, and then you say hell with it all, and
Just
your 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 ankle's all messed up, and you still go for it, and it's like, wait, that was the dumbest thing, but you're all mad and shit.
yeah, yeah. No, but yeah, there's all sorts of different things. Partnering with someone who's new, who doesn't know how to
Hmm.
like tone things down, that's ripe. That scenario is ripe for injury, especially when
Hmm.
it's time for live sparring or live rolling. If you have somebody new who doesn't exactly know what he's doing, but he's gung ho, you may get injured there. But that's also the coach's job to, in my opinion, to temper that person. Be like, hey, dude, chill out. Also, the
Hmm.
senior students, that's in their purview as well. Not necessarily fully their responsibility, but helping people just like tone down things is if you're at a gym where nobody is course correcting people and you get too many injuries, then I would say raise a flag, and if nothing gets fixed, then find another gym. That's the way I see it.
Agree.
So I think that's the last one.
Number 10? What's number 10?
The number 10 is a question, the
Oh,
conclusion.
the conclusion.
Hmm.
Have good judgment,
Yeah.
pretty much.
My
Those
thing,
are pretty good.
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good list. My
What were you gonna
conclusion,
say?
my conclusion from this is if you're at a gym where you encounter the majority of these issues and you can't resolve them by chatting with the staff, your training partners, or your coaches, then that is a good signal that you need to rethink where you're training. You know,
And as well, injuries sometimes with stuff like that is because you're coming in there hot headed, you know,
yeah,
guns blazing. Turn it down a notch. Be humble. This is not your house. Not yet, at least.
not yet.
Yeah. You're just checking out the property before you
Yeah.
buy it.
Here's a final question, and I think we should wrap it up. When do you
Okay.
think someone becomes uh a staple at the gym? Like, how long do you think someone has to start training before they're like a regular or like a known face? Like,
I don't think it comes down. Yes, I mean should be a skill form, like you should have a good skill platform, but I think it depends on how you treat people and carry people and instruct people, right?
mhm.
Like if you're gonna be like my boys, right? My boys are an extension of me, but I'm not gonna give them that extension of me if I know that they're not responsible. So, and these guys, some of these guys have only been training for a couple months, and some of these guys have been training for years. So it's it's I think the person that is what makes that question.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I mean, because there's it, everywhere that I've trained, there's always been like a handful of people who acclimate really well, and
Hmm.
then everybody knows them and they're part of the team rather
Hmm.
quickly. And there's other people who are good, they're good training partners, they train well, but they're really quiet and don't say anything, and they're off
Hmm.
usually in the background somewhere. And I've known
Hmm.
a handful of people who were like that for months, like almost past a year before you could crack them and get them to interact with other people. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, all right, Thomas. I think we
yeah,
gotta call it a night.
yeah.
All
Final thoughts, Frankie?
right. Be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. You know, always keep an eye open for dangerous or obvious things. Show respect. Love each other. And be good to the world.
I'm having a weird sense of deja vu. Did you say this before, like last year or
Yes,
something?
maybe.
Oh,
Maybe. I
anyways,
say that a lot.
before I go, I'd like to say one thing. Please make sure to donate at your local brown belt food bank, and um, make sure that your favorite brown belt is checked on and know that he's loved. Because I would like somebody to do that for me, like literally anyone. Anyways, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to you later, Frankie.
It was
Bye.
good night.